without compromise, educating you without compromise.
Good day, students, SS1 students, wonderful children. This is Ademola Johnson, your biology teacher. We want to continue from where we stopped in previous class. We want to proceed to tropic movement. When we're talking about tropic movement, or you call it tropism, you also call it tropism. This is the directional movement of parts of the body of an organism in response to a directional stimulus. So, unlike tactism that we discussed the other time, that involves the movement of the whole body part, this one only involves parts of the body, and it's also directional, like tactic movement. So, common types of tropism are: one, we have positive and negative phototropism. We have positive and negative chemotropism. We have positive and negative geotropism. You have number 4, you have positive and negative hydrotropism. Number 5, you have positive and negative thermotropism. So we have TIGMO. We have positive and negative tigmotropism or autotropism. So let's take them one by one. Let's talk about positive phototropism. Let's talk about positive phototropism. Now, this is the directional movement of the whole of parts of the body of an organism towards light. So in plants, example of positive phototropism is the growth of the shoot of the plant towards the source of light. You can see that plants have the shoot system above the ground and the root system inside the ground. So the shoot system moves towards the source of light. That's positive phototropic movement or positive phototropism. Now, negative phototropism. This is the directional movement of parts of the body of a plant or an organism away from light. So another wild question I've seen is that they see in OBJ, they say the root of the growth of the root of the plant is dash. Answer is what? Negative phototropism, because it's moving downward and light is upward. So root is going downward. So the growth of the root of the plant is undergoing negative phototropism. So let's look at positive chemotropism. This is the directional movement of parts of a plant towards a chemical stimulus. For example, the growth of the root of the plant towards soil nutrients. Soil nutrients are chemical. Is positive chemotropism. So we are talking. This is negative chemotropism. Is the directional movement of parts of a plant away from chemical stimulus. For example, the growth of the root of the shoot of the plant. The shoot of the plant is growing above the ground where there is no soil nutrient. So it's moving away from the chemical stimulus. Let's look at positive hydrotropism. Anytime you come across the word hydro, it means water. So this is the directional movement of parts of a plant towards water. Towards water. For example, the root of the plant growing towards soil water in the soil is growing, that growth is positive hydrotropism. So we also have negative hydrotropism. This is the directional movement of parts of the body of a plant away from water. For example, the root of the plant. Water is from the rain water from the sky, but the root is growing downwardly away from the sky. That is negative hydrotropism. So we still have positive geotropism. When you say geo, it has to do with earth, downward, gravity. So this is the directional movement of parts of a plant towards the gravity. So this is the directional movement of parts of a plant towards gravity. You know, gravity means when you throw something up, it goes down. So the root of the plant growing more downward in the soil is exhibiting positive geotropism. So let's look at the negative part of it. Negative geotropism. This is the directional movement of plant parts away from gravity. Like the shoot, the growth of the shoot of the plant, gravity is downward, but the shoot is growing upward. It's an example of negative geotropism. So we have positive thermotropism. This is the directional movement of parts of a plant now towards heat source. So, if certain part of an organism is moving towards the source of heat, it's exhibiting positive thermotropism. Then we have the negative thermotropism. This one is the directional movement of plant parts away from heat source. Now, let's look at positive thigmotropism or aptotropism. This is the directional movement of plant parts in the direction of touch. We have all seen yam plantation before. So when you plant yam, the area stem twists around a stick, which they call stake. So as it touches the stick, it starts twisting around it. So that's touch stimulus. So now we have the negative now. Negative thigmotropism. If you don't call it thigmotropism, you call it aptotropism. This is the directional movement of plant parts away from touch stimulus. So we are stopping here. In the next class, we are just through with movement as one of the characteristics of living things. So the next one is going to be respiration. So submit my assignment to 7067 30 39 35 31. See you in the next class. Remain blessed. I remain Afe Ademola Johnson. God bless you and bye for now.
Educating you without compromise.